seems like that the hitting gets kind of contagious and everybody's just hitting the lineup, and then you start scoring runs like that.
Yeah, it's super fun. I mean, we all know that's what we're capable of, and we were off to a little slow start, and the whole time we were just like, stay in it, stay in it. We know it's coming. We're good enough hitters. We're great hitters, and we wanted to pick up Andy for sure.
What do you think caused the breakthrough?
I mean, second time, third time through the lineup, you just kind of get more comfortable as the game goes on. You start seeing more pitches. I mean, at that time, you kind of just try and scratch and claw to get something going, and once something goes, everyone's fighting to get it to the bat rack.
You turned on a 96-mile-per-hour fastball on that homer. Was that kind of what you were looking for?
I was just in a two-strike fight count. I like to battle and make myself a tough out with 2 strikes. I'm not scared to get to 2 strikes, and he just gave me a pitch to hit, and I put a good swing on it.
Can you run me through the at-bat? Because you had a really hard-hit foul ball the pitch before. The fans were going crazy. Adrenaline kick in at all, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, not scared to get to 2 strikes. Took a couple pitches, not my pitch. Then he gave me a slider or a cutter, something moving away from me, kind of right down the middle. And that was the first pitch that the crowd kind of got into it. And I definitely realized that and took a breath before that. And then he threw me that pitch, and I was like, okay, I'm a little bit early on that, and I need to take another deep breath and slow down a little bit. And then he gave me a heater that I put a good swing on.
You've talked about the work you've put in trying to hit those sort of pitches, those exact sort of pitches, those high velocity fastballs. Was it kind of rewarding to sort of see that the big home run tonight is from just that?
Yeah, definitely. I take a lot of pride in my hard work. It's what I do every day, day in and day out. So just being able to do it in front of a lot of people is definitely something that I enjoy.
How helpful was it to have the fans really get into the game that 5th inning after your homer?
Yeah, we feed off that for sure. It was kind of dead and slow as we were losing the kind of momentum, I guess. And then as soon as we got something going with Derek and Bear, I mean, I just put a good swing on it, and we feed off the fans. And then Josh got a little single, and then Steve took the lead. And so it was nice to be able to feed off of them for sure.
You talked about how you kind of had to learn how to calm down in these situations when you're playing in front of 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 fans. Tonight there was over 11,000. Would you say that you could definitely not overcome that? I wouldn't say overcome that, because I don't know if that's something you overcome, but
yeah.
You definitely, got through it, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the big selling points to come here in the first place. I really enjoy playing in a lot of people. I always like to say when the lights come on, the stars come out, and I thrive in front of a lot of the people, and I really enjoy just playing in front of a crowd that's behind you.
There's been a lot of games this year where you guys have, in the 5th or 6th inning, had a big inning or got the offense going. How do you kind of make those adjustments mid-game so often? Yeah,
just scratching and clawing. We know that every day we come out and we can bang. No day is never our day, and we just know that at some point in the game it's going to come, whether it's in the 1st, the 5th, or the 9th. And we just know that we have to stay in the game the whole time and play the whole game.
When you get an offense performance like you did in the middle innings and you see you turn it over to Zach, I mean, what type of confidence you have when that guy comes in and what he did tonight? What do you think about it?
Yeah, the game's over. He's my roommate, and I really enjoy spending time with him. He's a good guy, really calm. He's not really ever up and down. He's just an even-keeled guy, and when he comes in, I know the game's over.
Do you remember facing him in, I guess, the fall and one way? What is it like facing what he has?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I think a right-on-right changeup's the toughest pitch in baseball, and just having one that's so elite like his, it's hard to get on a slider and a heater as well when he can locate all 3.
What kind of makes his changeup so tough, though?
Just pitch deception. I mean, he throws it just like his heater and his slider, and you got a ball that is running, and you got a ball that's sinking, and then you got a ball that's going away from you, and it's all 3 different speeds. So 3 pitches that you can locate at different speeds is something that you want to see in the big leagues.
What kind of confidence does this give you and your team going into your next 2 games?
A lot. I mean, like I said, we know that no night is never our night, and we're back on the win column in the SEC, and I think this just gives us a lot of confidence to keep going.
What's Zach like as a roommate?
Like I said, even-keeled, watches a lot of movies, just kind of chill. I mean, he's a good roommate. No messes or anything like that.
They, I guess you could say they pushed back their ace one day. I mean, does that kind of excite you to kind of get back out there against a guy that they feel like is one of the best pitchers in the country?
Yeah, super excited. Go get some rest and go win a series, I guess.
You You guys are in the same position as last week where you win the first game and then you just need to get one more to win and obviously 2 more to sweep. What do you need to do differently this time to get that second win?
Just keep playing LSU baseball. I mean, we had it in the bag on Saturday, and we just let it slip. I think that we need to come out with energy, and we need to just execute our plan. I mean, just play LSU baseball like we have all year.
Who gave like the pregame pop-up speech today?
Jake Brown. Yeah, he's pretty good at that.
What did he sort of say?
It was something to do with, like, the day, and then that we have Kate Anderson on the bump, and the game's over from then, basically.
Who's been the best at doing those? I know it's been a bit of a rotation.
Jake and Bear.
Jake and
They
Bear.
kind of do it every game.
Would you want to do it?
No, not for me. Not for me. I'm too quiet. I'm locked in before the game.
Okay.
How are you noticing yourself getting more comfortable or improving each week in SEC games?
At the end of the day, it's just execution. I mean, I work really hard every single day, day in and day out. I pride myself on consistency and playing with a chip on my shoulder, and it's really no different than wherever I have been. It's just kind of being me and being who I am and going and showing that to everyone that is now watching.
You good?
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Danny.
How did it feel to take the mound tonight and have such a standout performance?
Felt great. It felt great going out there knowing I have a good defense behind me and a great catcher in Luis, and really trust Coach Yeski and his pitch calls. So yeah, I felt really good.
What's allowed you to dominate the past 2 weeks like you have coming into these situations where you got to put up zeros?
I think trusting myself. I think that's a big thing. It's just confidence, and it's something I've learned to build on. And the people that are around me has definitely helped me develop that. So I think that's kind of what's allowed me to be successful so far.
When you say that, you mean like teammates, coaches?
Yeah, it kind of ties back to everyone. As teammates, like I said, trusting the people behind me, and trusting the coaches as well. So.
Is there an aspect of your command that you've improved on?
I feel like my command has kind of always been a strong point for me. So I think it's just continuing to develop that and keeping consistent work with each day and day in, day out. So.
Feel like you liked the slider a lot. You went to the slider a lot more tonight. What you kind of like about?
Yeah, I think tonight was probably the most I've thrown the slider. It's a pitch that I worked on a lot in the fall, and I got a lot more confidence with it, and I knew I was going to have to use it tonight. So yeah, I mean, I was confident with it and happened to work out well.
I know you haven't done relief a lot in your career, but you have the mentality of, I don't want anyone else to come back to that bullpen, like, this is my game. Did you think about that at all? When they put you in, was there a conversation, or were you just kind of like, I'm going to pitch until he takes me out?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's like I'm not coming out of this game. I think it's just going pitch by pitch and executing each time I'm out there. And I think that goes for everyone. That's what kind of allows you to go deeper into games and continue to be consistent out there. So.
How do you feel just physically after?
Feel good. I know I'm gonna be sore tomorrow, be tired tomorrow, but that's normal for the day after.
How much have you been stretched out? Just like so, just theoretically, like how far have you been at least trained to go so far?
I think like that 60 to 70 pitch mark, and last year I kind of got stretched out a little bit, so my body's kind of built up for that, and I'm comfortable with that. So.
Danny mentioned that y'all are roommates, and one thing he's been able to tell just how calm and chilled you are. Is that something that you had early on, or you feel like you developed when you got to Wofford, or even here? Where did that kind of start from?
I think it developed for me a lot when I got to Wofford my freshman year. I feel like it's something that's been a positive for me, is that I've been able to go out there and keep my cool and be calm. So I think, yeah, it's something I've developed even more this year, I'd say. So.
Do you have anything in the dugout in between innings that you try to do a routine or something like that? Some guys like to not talk to you.
Yeah. Nothing crazy. I like to sit down for a little bit and then stand back up and get moving again, and just staying calm, moving slow. I think that's the big thing.
Are performances like this and the one last week what you envisioned when you entered the portal and wanted to play for a big program?
For sure, yeah. When I entered the portal, I didn't really know what role I'd have, but I knew I envisioned something like this, and helping contribute in a way like this is definitely something that I was looking forward to and that I wanted.
Coming out of the bullpen, throwing strikes, not as easy as it seems. You know, like people and fans are like, why can't you put the ball in the zone? You know, what's kind of the mental challenge with that maybe some of your teammates are dealing with right now?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even say it's a difficulty for them. I think it's just, it starts in the bullpen before you go out into a game and just warming up and catch play and, everything. I know everyone is working equally as hard, so I think it'll pay dividends down the road soon here.
How's Danny as a roommate?
Danny's great. Danny's great, yeah. I mean, we're both kind of – I'm a little more laid back than him, but, we're great together, so yeah.
What movies do you watch?
I don't really watch a lot of movies. We're more of a TV show kind of room. We have 2 other roommates as well, so there's 4 of us. So, yeah, we watch more of, like, TV shows and
What are
stuff.
you watching these days?
We just finished Reacher.
Okay.
We watched Night Agent on Netflix. There's a couple other I can't remember off the top of my head.
Who are your other roommates?
Anthony and Devin Sharon.
No game is really, I guess, a must win. You want to win all of it. But how important was this one to get, especially with the way the game went? You really kind of come back. What kind of tone does that set for us the weekend?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think we'll come out with a lot of energy tomorrow. And I think it's great to get the first one always in a series. So hopefully we can continue down this trend and, keep playing well on Friday and Saturday.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Are you kind of chatting with guys that will pitch tomorrow and Sunday, now that you've, maybe done your duty for the week, to kind of help them succeed in some of these spots that you also pitch in?
Yeah, I think the guys that kind of have the chance tomorrow will kind of talk about how, what I saw with the hitters and what Coach Yeski saw. So, yeah, we usually communicate about that kind of stuff.
How was Jake's speech?
Brown?
Yeah.
It was a good one, yeah. It was a good one, yeah. So I like his. He should do it again tomorrow.
Couple more? Anybody else?
What did he say?
What do I say?
What did he say?
Oh, what did he say?
Yeah.
A couple things that I probably can't say right now. But yeah, I mean, he's great at bringing energy and firing everyone up. So.
Good. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Zach.